Kyle, you're leading the points here for the ASCS Warrior Division. 7 races left. We are kind of getting to crunch time.
Yeah, this is the most important time of the season. I mean, we've done what we need to do so far. We just need to keep on doing what we're doing and just not worry about the points, but just keep plugging away top 5 finishes and try to contend for some wins.
How tough is it when you've got a 3 races in 3 nights, I guess is what I want to say, to try and keep everything together? I mean, you can't really go out there and race full out. I mean, you've got to kind of conserve just a little bit, don't you?
Well, I don't know. As a racer, 3 races in a weekend is everything you want. It's what you want to do every weekend. But yeah, it's tough on equipment and stuff. But I've got a good car here driving for Jerry and Jeff Smith. So it's been a great year so far. 3 race weekend. We just need to get out of here with some top 5 finishes and keep the points lead.
Okay, if you're a little, really going after it, then man, we got some extra chassis, wings. Can you fall back on some stuff?
Oh, we've got some other stuff. I mean, we don't have a ton of stuff here, but we could come up with something. We can come up with something. I mean, to a certain extent, you got to conserve, but you still got to be up front. I mean, and you got to take chances to run up front. So that's just the way it is each and every night.
I was going to say, man, if you aren't aggressive, you're not going to be in it. You got to be a little bit aggressive. But one other question, Kyle, what do you think about running on this? They call it a small half mile, but it's a half mile to me here at Lakeside.
Yeah, I've ran it once about 3 or 4 years ago. It seems to be a really nice place, really nice facility. I'm looking forward to it. I'm more used. We run a lot more short track stuff, so it's fun to come out here and run on some big tracks, and this is a fun place.
Man, horsepower. I hope you brought your big motor because you're going to need it tonight.
Yeah, we've got a good motor here. Jeff Smith builds the motors, and it's a great motor. We shouldn't be down in that category at all. So we should have a good night. We got to thank Tiger Towing, Albright Heating and Air, Color Vision, PPG, everybody that helps us out. I mean, that's how we get to do this week in and week out. So without them, we couldn't do it.
I was going to say, we got to have them guys. I mean, without the sponsors, racing is just almost sunk anymore because there isn't hardly an individual around anymore can afford it on his own. But all I can say, Kyle, is have some fun, and, man, hope 3 nights go good for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Jonathan, second in the points. Man, we still got 7 races to go. We're going to be able to pull it out.
I hope so. We've been running pretty good all year, and we were leading the points up until we raced at Osborne, Missouri, where we had a couple accidents, and that's kind of what took us out of the points lead. But Kyle's been running good all year. He's been pretty consistent, been running up front and won a race or so, and we just have to try and beat him. You know what I mean? That's kind of our objective. But then again, we're out there trying to win races too and better ourselves. So we're not just concentrating on so much of the points aspect as we are trying to get our car better, making us faster. So when we race those national tour guys.
Coming off a highlight event, being up there in the 360 Nationals at Knoxville, started 13th, like you say, didn't really move a whole lot, but still, man, all that competition from ASCS guys up there, you got to feel good.
Yeah, not only those guys, I mean, some of the ex-outlaw guys were in the A-main too, and anytime you go up there, it's tough. There's 115 cars, and our first night we had a heck of a run. We had a hell of a battle with Dana Lasowski, and we switched the lead a whole bunch, and just some misfortune happened. Last lap, turned 4, blew a tire, and we still rolled across the line 5th, which gave us enough points to get in the A, and that's kind of what we went up there to do. It was just try to make the A area, and that's what we're trying to do. So,
any special plan for this half mile tonight?
I don't know. It seems like they're trying to rush us through quick, so I just have to talk with my crew here, Terry and Chad and my dad, and see if we can kind of brainstorm and find something that's going to get us in the victory lane tonight.
Going to be tough, man. Got some big names out there.
Yeah, there is. It's going to be a real tough race, but we drew good. We're starting up front, so hopefully we can just put this VKCC Motorsports Kiowa Line Builders car in victory lane again. Jonathan
Cornell, second in the points. Jonathan, my money's on you, man.
Thanks a lot. Hopefully.
Austin Allenbaugh, third in the points here for the ASCS Warrior Division. Austin, I think the last time I seen you, man, you were out the wing, and I think you pulled down a win.
Yeah, we had a good night that night, and hopefully we can back it up with another one here. We've been kind of hit and miss. I know we're sitting third in points, but really the way we feel about the way we've been running, we shouldn't be, it's in our opinion. But we've been struggling this year, but we're coming out of it, and car feels good tonight, so we'll see what happens.
We got a 3-race schedule here, boys, some extra money on the line.
Yep.
Tough deal, 3 days in a row. I mean, most of the time you guys are 2 days, but 3 days. How do you keep everything together, man?
You got most of the stuff we have punch list, and you go through the punch list every day, and it just becomes habit. I mean, it's okay. I get done with this, now I jump to that. So I mean, we got a big group that helps us, and I couldn't do it without them. But we're here to win tonight, and we'll see what we can do.
What do you think about running on this half mile? What's that going to be? Because you guys don't really get out on that many half miles.
I like this place. It's a lot of fun to run. You got to kind of treat it like Knoxville, the way you manipulate the car or don't manipulate the car. But it's going to be one of them things where it's going to be whoever's got the biggest, baddest motor is going to be towards the front, and you're going to have to be smooth with it, because you can have a great horse and just throw the car sideways and be done here. So we'll see what we can do. We're going to try and keep the elbows down tonight and keep it straight. So.
Okay, Austin, go out there and have some fun, man. Maybe we'll be talking to you later on. Heavy competition tonight.
Yes, there is. Thanks, guys.
Secretary Waddle looks him over. We'll look for the green. Off at turn 4, 4 cars will race their way to tonight's AV. Evan Martin, your early leader. Wyatt Burke, the 11, will settle into second. Tyler Blank running third, the 75. John Hagan in the 4A. Up to battle. That 4 spot, he'll take fourth. Hagan, your final transfer car as they go down the back straightaway. The 4A sits in the 4th position. Out front, the 4. That's Evan Martin. Martin brings him around for lap number 2. Wyatt Burke, the 11W, runs second. 75 of Tyler Blank runs third as the field starts to spread out. Coming up on lap number 3 of 10 here in the B feature. Evan Martin with a sizable lead here in B feature. Down the back straightaway, Wyatt Burke, the 11W, continues to run second. Tyler Blank, the 75, third. Brings him down the front straightaway halfway here in the B feature for the ASCS Warrior Sprint Car. And your leader will come into lap traffic. Evan Martin starts to work his way through lap traffic into turn 1. 4 laps remaining, so lap traffic will come into play. Wyatt Burke solidly in second. Tyler Blank, the 75, sits third. John Hagan in our transfer spot in the 4A. Now to the inside. Evan Martin gets around 2 lap cars. He'll get the 2 to go sign as he comes off at turn number 4. We'll have 2 laps remaining in tonight's B main. Martin goes around the 66 of Chris Parkinson. Now Wyatt Burke closes in on lap traffic. Top 4 continues the same. Evan Martin, Wyatt Burke, Tyler Blank, and John Hagan as the white flag waves for Evan Martin one more time. Down the back straightaway he goes. He'll look to transfer into tonight's AV. And your leader comes into turn number 4. He'll see the checkered flag. Evan Martin picks up tonight's B main. So your top 4 that transfer out of tonight's B main. The 4 of Evan Martin, the 11W of Wyatt Burke, the 75 of Tyler Blank, and the 4A of John Hagan. Those 4 cars move on to tonight's A main. Try it one more time. Jake Martin's the front row of the 48, Austin Allenbaugh the 33. 76.
Good side by side.
Jay Russell in row 2 with the 53 of Jack Dover.
Laps.
Row 3, the 28 of Jonathan Cornell, and the 1 of Danny Lasowski. Safety lights are out. We'll look for a green this time. Jake Martin's, Austin Allenbaugh, a little better off in turn 4, and we'll get the green flag. And the turn 1, Austin Allenbaugh, your early leader. Here comes Jack Dover. Dover to the inside. He'll look for the lead down the back straightaway, side by side into turn 3. Jack Dover, your leader. Austin Allenbaugh, the 33, back to second. Jake Martin to the 48, runs third. As the field starts to spread out now. Dover, your leader, the 53, as they go down the back straightaway in turn 3. Austin Allenbaugh runs second. Good battle for second, or for third. of Jake Martin. Martin will keep the third position. Jack Dover will lead lap number 3 as they go down to turn 1. Austin Allenbaugh on the high side. Allenbaugh right there with your leaders, everybody. Oh, Allenbaugh jumped the cushion coming off at 2. He'll lose some spots. He may have made contact with the wall. He's off the base to the inside.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Car stopped on the front stretch.
Caution on the speedway. We got debris over in turn number 3. Austin Allenbaugh coming off in turn number 2, clips the wall.
76.
Comes to a stop here on the front straightaway. So caution for the 33 of Austin Allenbaugh, running second, clips the wall off at turn number 2. Breaks something in the car, and he will need an assist to the pit area.
93A, 9.
Jay Russell, the 76, fourth. Brian Brown in the 21, in fifth position. The 1M of Danny Lasowski sits 6th. The 86, Kyle Bellum, sits the 7th spot as we look for the green off at turn number 4. Jack Dover will pull out to a lead as they go into turn 3. Brian Brown on the move, though, to the inside of Jonathan Cornell for third. Brown moving up through the field. Right behind him, Danny Lasowski cracks the top 5. Brown liking that low line through 1 and 2. He'll go to the high side in 3 and 4. Jack Dover, Springfield, Nebraska, leads lap number 5. Jake Martin's running second in the 48. Out from the 53 of Jack Dover, your leader. He'll bring him around for lap number 7. Jake Martin continues to run to that second position. Brian Brown third with a 21. Then the 28 of Jonathan Cornell in the 4th spot. Starts to close in on lap traffic. As we come up on lap number 10, Brian Brown moves to the 21 past the 48 of Jake Martin. Brown up to the 2nd spot. And your leader closes in on lap traffic. Brian Brown looking to close the gap. We'll come up on lap 11 this time around. Distance between him and Brown as we've reached the halfway point. Jake Martin's able to get through lap traffic as well. He's trying to close in on Brian Brown. Now Jack Dover sees clear sailing as he comes off at turn number 2. Brian Brown keeping pace with him. 14 laps down, we've got 11 laps remaining. Martins continues to run third. Here comes Jonathan Cornell. Cornell will take that third spot. Fourth spot, Danny Lasowski sits in third right behind Brian Brown. Lasowski stuck up there in the 1M. So your leader jacked over to 53, heads into turn 3. Brian Brown runs second to the 21. Third, the 1M of Danny Lasowski. Then it's Jonathan Cornell, the 28, your top 4. Brian Brown trying to get around the 11 of Wyatt Burks. He'll give up on caution on the speed. Red, look out. We got problems over in turn number 1. That is Jake Martins.
No, not
That ain't 1M.
That one is there.
48 and 11.
Or 11.
Well, that's 1X. It's 1X.
Yeah, 11's right there.
It's 1X.
I can see black.
48 of Jake Martins over in turn number 1, and that's the 1X of Don Drought.
So how far did you get?
I got to 76.
So I had 14.
So we are red on lap 16.
70.
Safety lights out. Jack Dover will lead the field down the back straightaway. Brian Brown in the 21 sits in that second spot. And we will look for the green off of turn number 4. 16 laps now, 9 remaining. Maintains the lead as they go into turn number 3. Brian Brown runs second. Danny Lasowski there in that third spot. Brown trying to slide up through turn 4. Dover holds on to the lead. Now Brown to the inside as they go into turn 4. Side by side, Dover will keep the lead. Brown back to second, Danny Lasowski the 1M third, and we are yellow on the speedway.
Yellow on the back stretch. Behind low on the back stretch. Low on the back stretch.
Can't get the number off of it, I'm trying.
93A.
Okay. Yellow on the speedway, the 93 of Alan Ambers comes to a stop. Right there by the Seaberg Muffler sign. And by the Tompkins Industries sign. Lights out, Jack Dover will set the pace. Terry Wanda looks them over. We'll look for the green. 8 laps remaining. Green on the speedway. Dover will take the field down the back straightaway. Brian Brown right behind him in the 1M of Danny Lasowski runs third. Lap number 18, 7 to go. Dover starting to put distance between him and the 21 of Brian Brown. Dover will bring him off at turn number 4. There'll be 5 laps to go. Brian Brown continues to run second. Danny Lasowski third to 1. Jonathan Cornell in that 4th position in the 28 and the 86 of Kyle Bellum. Bellum, your point leader, running in the 5th position. Jack Dover looking for a win. Down the back straightaway. Brian Brown gives chase. Danny Lasowski sits a distant third as the white flag will fly off at turn 4. Dover sees the white flag. One more lap. Brian Brown Brown dives to the inside. We've got lap traffic in front of your leader. Here comes Brown to the inside. Dover will dive to the inside through turns 3 and 4, off of turn 4. Checkered wave. Jack Dover picks up the A main. And race fans, that concludes tonight's action with the Springfield, Nebraska driver, the Jack Dover in the 53, picking up the win. Brian Brown brings the 21 home in the second spot. The 1 of Danny Lasowski will get third. The 28 of Jonathan Cornell fourth, and Kyle Bellum in the 86 will be in the 5th position. As you make your way to the exits, race fans, don't forget we do it all over tomorrow night. We also have the barbecue tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6.
75.
And right now we bring him to the front straightaway, the 53 from Springfield, Nebraska. Jack Dover, your winner in tonight's ASCS Warrior Region A main.
Got the winner for the ASCS Warrior Division tonight here at Lakeside Speedway, Jack Dover. Jack, great run, man.
Yeah, I mean, we were strong all night long. We ran pretty decent in the hot laps. We were pretty close on the setup. We knew the track was going to slick off a little bit, so we tightened the car up just a little bit for the heat race, and started 8th and ran up 2nd, almost at Cornell. But 2 laps ago, I got behind him in 3 and 4, and took the wind off me, and I got tight, and then he got away from me a little bit. But from that heat race, I knew we were going to be pretty strong the whole night.
Yeah.
And I knew in that feature starting 4th was an advantage, and then I just had to worry about Brown and Lasowski. I knew they'd be coming because they're pretty good on big tracks. Yeah. So I just played my game right, and kept my head on straight, and just kept telling myself be patient. And on that red flag, I got right next to the fence, and my crew told me to go down low. I was actually better in 1 and 2, so. Yeah. We ran down there a little bit, and me and Brown put on a couple slide jobs, and actually at one point I looked up in the stands coming out of 4 when he did that one, and everybody was standing, so that's awesome for the drivers too. I mean, we like when we see the fans stand up and get into it.
He was saying that he thought somebody give you the signal on the flag there that he was running down there, because, man, he was working that bottom side, just about pulled the slide job off. But, man, it just looked like in the last part of the race somebody changed something, because, man, I mean, they couldn't touch you after that red flag.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my crew come up and told me where to run, and they told me I was good on the bottom 1 and 2. I wasn't as good up top, so I started running down low, and they said Brown couldn't get the run to catch up to me. So the last 2 laps I ran up top in 1 and 2, and they said he was still running the bottom, and he caught us a little bit, but he wasn't able to touch us. That's all that matters.
You know, if there's ever a track that you run or that's on the series that is a testament for this Roush Yates power, I would have to think this has got to be one of them, because, man, this is definitely a horsepower track here.
Yeah, I mean, this Roush Yates is unbelievable. This is my second one, and it's only got 3 nights on it, and it feels good to get a win on it already. I mean, this thing runs, and I don't know who wouldn't run one of these things. They're phenomenal, and the support there is awesome. I mean, I called the guy from Roush at 9 o'clock before the feature rolled out, and I called him, and he told me what to do for the fuel system, and told me a couple other things, and the thing ran good. The Eagle chassis was working good. The Speedway AFCO shocks was awesome, and you know, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Home Pride Roofing, Certified Transmission, and Lankfield overhead doors, Trail Performance, Thorpe's Body Shop, just everybody.
I was going to say, man, we got to have them guys. Can't do it without them. I mean, you know, not only you, but media guys, whatever. You got to have some support, and they really help us out. But, Jack, congratulations on a great run here tonight. 2 more to go here tomorrow night and into the big track down Sedalia. You're going to make it down there Sunday night?
Yeah, we'll be at Sedalia Sunday, and like I said, Brown and Lasowski, if they're here the next 2 nights, they're going to be the tough ones. And it's going to be a good battle between us 3, I think.
Yeah, sure will. Once again, the winner here tonight for the ASCS Warrior Division, Lakeside Speedway, Jack Dover. Way to go, Jack.
Thank you.
Got second place finisher here tonight, Brian Brown. Brian, almost, but not quite.
Yeah, you know, it's been like that last couple nights, it seems like. You know, Jack did a great job. I think we may have been a little bit better than him, but his car was probably just as equal to ours, if nothing else. So he did a good job. Somebody on the red must have told him that I was running the bottom in 1 and 2, because he kind of moved down there after that. And I was okay on the top because I made it work there. We slid each other a couple of times. I slid him, and he was able to get back by. And maybe I should have gave him a little bit less room, but Jack's always raced me really clean, so I try to race him as clean as he races me. And from the heat race altercation, to run second EA, it would definitely it's not an all bad night.
I figured something changed after that yellow, because somebody changed something, because you just you couldn't keep up with him after that.
Oh, no, I don't think we kept up with him. We finished about the same distance. 3, 4, 5 car lengths there, but I think the biggest issue was I'd been running the bottom in 1 and 2, and then somebody told him on the red that I'd been running. He went down there, and he was pretty good down there. So I think in nothing else, he kind of almost dirtied the track up for me. He kind of got into the crumbs and threw some stuff out that made my line not as good as it had been in the past. But everybody on this Casey's General Store, FVP, Searsboro Telephone Company, Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps, Dittsfield Transfer, Champion Oil, Weld Wheels, Maxim, Pro Shocks. We got about 38 different partners on this team to make it happen, along with my crew of Chad Morgan and Kecky Fallon and Greg, and running 2 cars a night. It's always tough, and I think Eli did a pretty good job for not racing for what he did, and proud to come out and run second, and we're going to come back tomorrow, maybe get 1 spot better.
We'll do it all again tomorrow night. Maybe a hometown boy can bring home the checkered flag.
Yeah, we've been really, really good all year long. So it's I think this is probably somewhere right around 14th or 15th second place finish, throughout the year. So it's definitely we got to get a little bit better. It's in those cases like that, you got to dig deep and you got to find that little bit of extra to outrun Jack. And Jack's no dummy. He's a good little racer, and he's not going to make many mistakes. And if he was, I was going to be there to capitalize. It just wasn't our night, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, get 1 spot better.
Yeah. Second tonight, but I think first tomorrow night. Have fun, Brian.
We're going to try.
Third place finisher, Danny Lazowski. Danny, some tough competition out there tonight, buddy.
It was. It really was. The 53 and the 21 did a good job. We couldn't do anything with them. I was telling Mark Birch, that's probably the worst we've been on a slick track. So we'll just come back tomorrow and see if we can better ourselves.
Got 3 nights of big tracks here, all half miles. Almost suited for all 3 of you guys that finished up toward the front, all used to running on the big half miles.
Yeah, we're excited. Again, we appreciate coming here to Lakeside. This is a great racetrack and race facility, and put on a good show for the fans, and hope they all come back tomorrow, and especially on Sunday at Sedalia. Yeah.
Got to just ask you one other little question. Being an uncle of Brian, you got to be pretty proud of what that kid did up here at Knoxville this year.
Very proud. I was up there. I was his biggest cheerleader up in the suites watching him. I was trying to coach him from up there, and he did a great job. He's got a good team, and he's it's showing what he's made of. He started out. I'm just tickled to death that I was the one that got him started and get him going, and he's taking it from there. He's a good car owner. He's got a good team, and it ain't if, it's when he'll win that Knoxville Nationals.
I was going to say, you can tell just they're all dedicated, and that's just part of it. You got to have the sponsors, the money, the other stuff, but they're dedicated racers.
Well, this is he has the very best team in the Midwest right now, and he's got to be proud of that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Third place finisher, Danny Lazowski. Thank you, Danny. Have a good night. And just come back tomorrow.
Thank you.